Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Janine McGowan, and I design cross stitch as the Blue Flower. It's a very windy Saturday morning here in Nevada, which means we have a snowstorm blowing in, but also means this morning the last of the leaves are down. Some things have shifted around in the yard that we've had to put back when they went wandering in the wind. And if you hear any loud gusts, it's a good day to appreciate having a sturdy home. All right, it is so good to see you. It's been a month, and it's been a busy month. We had Thanksgiving, all of us got sick. I stayed sick for quite a while. Then we had the Jingle Ball. And in the midst of all of that, I did an absolutely rubbish job of responding to the comments on the last video. I so appreciate all of you who took the time to comment, and I read every single one, but I did not respond as much as I normally would. So sorry about that. My apologies. And again, I so appreciate those of you who took the time. All right, we're jumping right into stitching in action, and we have lots today. So much fun. First off, Acorns by Cheryl. She used water lily fabric, the 16 count water lily, which I've used water lily as well. It's a lovely fabric. She used mostly the called for, and she switched to blue corn thread for those big blue letters, which I think came out beautifully. And she finished it herself with a thrift store frame, which is just perfect. Well done, Cheryl. I love it. I love the green mat. I love all of it. So thank you for sharing that. Next up, got an itch. Baking Squirrel by April. This is her very first flat finish, and I think she did a perfect job. She says mistakes were made, but I don't see any. So well done, April. And I love the blue color that you used. Very nice to see that one. Next up, Magpie and the Moon by Maggie with an I. Good to see you, Maggie. I'm sorry I didn't get to chat much at the Jingle Ball, but thank you for sending this in. I love the way that it comes out on the blue fabric. Plus, she has a magpie necklace, and I couldn't tell if it was a needle minder or maybe a pin in the background, but just beautiful. So thank you, Maggie, for sharing that. Now, we've moved into a bloat of hippos. For those of you who know, I love collective nouns, and a group of hippos can be called a lot of things, but most commonly a bloat. There are several finishes of the Christmas hippo freebie design that I posted on the website recently, and I love them all. But jumping right in, Christmas Hippo by Killy, she added the holly design on top and bottom, and that came from Flamingo Bells from Hands On Design, which is awesome. I love it. She stitched it on a scrap of 36 count vintage country mocha that she had on hand using threads from her stash, and I love it. I love all of the changes. I love the finish. Awesome. Next up, we have Christmas Hippo by Sherry. She did this for her daughter, who loves the song I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, as do I, obviously. But she did this beautiful finish on a star background. I don't know if it's an ornament or just a regular hanging piece, but I think it came out so beautifully with that round finish. So thank you, Sherry, for sharing. Finally today, we have Christmas Hippo by Tanya. She used threads from her stash, and she put a little bit of whisper in around the hat, which, as she mentioned, is a great way to test out whisper to see if you like it before you commit to using it in something bigger. Well, commit's a strong word. Before you try it. It's a good way to try. I have whisper in my stash. I haven't used it yet, so I would like to try that as well. And maybe I'll stitch Christmas Hippo again and see how I feel about it. But Tanya stitched it on the first day of Jingle Ball, keeping with the holiday theme. So thank you all. I can't thank you all enough for sharing. These are really fun stitching and actions to share, and I so appreciate it. You've inspired me to finish my own, which leads into what I'm stitching. I haven't done any personal stitching in the last 4 weeks, which is really sad, but I did get some stitching time, which is nice. First thing I stitched was the model for Christmas Hippo. Well, model is a strong word. I was testing threads mostly, but now that I have all these great ideas from people, I want to get that finished as an ornament or something that I can see all year round. The next one that I stitched is actually it's a freebie for the the cookbook for Nashville Market next year. And because the recipe I submitted has rosemary in it, I did a little rosemary squirrel with his rosemary plant or her, and a little pair of scissors there. So that's what I have stitched. Like I said, thanks for the great finishing options. I look forward to maybe trying one or two of those. On to Stash Spotlight this week. It's Victorian motto threads. Now, I have never used these. I bought some recently for the first time, and I just picked several grab bags from their Etsy shop, but I pulled out these because I think it feels like a very seasonal palette with the turquoise and red and those lovely browns. So I was curious whether anyone, I know people have used them. I'd like to hear what you think. I haven't broken into them yet. I have them here, but I haven't tried using them in anything. So I was curious, yeah, do you like them? I have several to try, so I'm looking forward to it. On to the world around. A few weeks ago, I was walking with the dogs, and Mosi in particular, well, she loves to walk more than any dog I've ever had. Loves to walk. She also loves to explore. So anytime there's an opportunity to take a different path, she wants to do it. And we were doing that one of these days recently, and I saw a new bird and then rushed home to look it up in my books and discovered it is a Wilson's snipe. And you can tell it's fairly distinctive. It's about the size of a robin, I think, but has a larger body and this very long pointed beak, which is very distinctive to the bird. And because they live in the greenbelt, they eat mostly earthworms and other invertebrates. They use that beak in the mud, just sort of like someone described it as watching a sewing machine on slow, just sort of dipping down over and over again, hunting for food. The tip of the beak is actually apparently flexible, and so they can open just the tip of the beak, almost like wave it open and slurp something in, rather than it being a completely hard beak the way I think of on a bird. They're described as stocky, pudgy, chunky, but it's because they have very, very large chest muscles for a wading bird, which means that they can fly very quickly, up to 60 miles an hour. And when they do fly, they have a very erratic path, and so they're very hard to hit. They have been hunted for food in the past, and the word sniper comes from people who were adept at shooting these snipe birds. Very challenging because they have such an erratic flight path. Let's see. They also, if the male birds can make a whistling noise when they fly by adjusting the flow of air over those tail feathers to show off and attract some female snipes. So they live year-round in Nevada. We can see them all the time if we take the new path, as Mosey encourages me to do. You may notice that their eyes are set very far back and to the side of their skull. They have almost a complete range of vision even behind them without moving their heads around, which is pretty remarkable. So unlike an owl that can get the full vision by turning its head, the way their eyes are set, they can see almost completely behind them as well as in front and to both sides. So pretty remarkable little bird that I had never encountered until very recently. Moving on to questions. Last week the question was, do you know how to fold a fitted sheet? And people seem to be very sharply bifurcated. Either, yes, absolutely, I do it all the time, or no, I roll it up and chuck it in the cupboard and close the door and don't give it another thought, which is the method my mother used. I'm very familiar with that. I loved the way plenty of people described the, roll, 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 toss, and it was fun to see. So the question this week, I just wanted to see how you're doing. It's the holiday season. There could be lots of emotions, lots of big emotions, some great, some more challenging. And in addition to that, we have a lot of things that are on our plate that maybe aren't the rest of the year, plus all of these illnesses going around and everyone getting sick. So just wanted to take a minute and check in. I'm doing pretty well. I've been very tired. I've been sick, obviously, and after I do a big event like the Jingle Ball, I tend to have a headache for a couple days, and then I tend to have some of a fight with my brain, which is sometimes a jerk, and right on schedule was a jerk. So I just wanted to see how the rest of you are doing as well. And yeah, let me know if there's something you want to talk about. I'm here. If you want to talk about how awesome it is, I'm here for that too. So just hope you're all doing well in what can be a challenging time of year. Best thing this video is the Jingle Ball. It happened. It was great. I can't thank you enough, all of the people who signed up and came and shared wonderful open hearts and open minds, open spirits. I don't think I'm giving away any secrets when I say that we were very moved, and we had some meetings afterward to talk about, you know, how did it went, how did it go, what did we learn, and how could we do it better in the future. And I mean, there were tears. It was very emotional. Not about, oh, it went well, but about the extent to which we were allowed to participate in your community in a way that we hadn't really been before as designers. And I felt bad I didn't get to spend as much time talking with people as I hoped to, although I was able to keep my voice through a couple of sessions, which is great. But I just wanted you all to know that you're very appreciated and that we appreciated your sharing your time with us in such a fun way. Now, I believe Steph is planning to do it again next year, so if you want to encourage her in that, feel free. I know it's probably a little bit much to contemplate right after all the work. We need a little bit of a break, but maybe in January we can start mentioning to her that it would be a lovely thing to have. So thank you again, all of you. The last video in the giveaway, it was to use the word winter, and I was going to pick 3 winners. Thank you for all the wonderful winter comments. 3 winners to have any one of my designs. I've decided to actually pick 5 because it took a little bit longer between videos since I wasn't able to do it on schedule last time. And the 5 winners are Kathy Madrid, Elaine Edwards, Melissa is at the Singing Stitcher, since there might be more than one Melissa, Route 66 Stitcher, and Scandinavian Stitcher. So if you will reach out to me, give me your address. If you live overseas, I'll also need a phone number, and tell me which of my designs you'd like to have. You can pick any one, and if you'd like it mailed or would you like a PDF copy, that would be great. Thank you. Give away this video. Since I designed the 12 Dogs of Christmas, I thought it was time to give a little love to the cats, although someone suggested I should do the 12 Cats of Christmas. So maybe I'll do that for next winter, and I can release the dogs and the cats at the same time. But the giveaway is this great little kit I got when I was at the attic from Priscilla's Pocket called Stoneware Kitten. I love the blue colors, the way it mimics old stoneware, although you could certainly stitch it up in red or green or any color really and make it into a little ornament. Now, it's obviously a nice, cute, quick little pincushion stitch. And the kit comes with the trim, the fabric, the threads, everything you would need. So if you would like to win this one, go ahead and use the word, which I wrote down, blue. Use the word blue in your comment, and I will draw someone for the next time. Now, I have noticed I have accumulated a couple of unclaimed prizes, so I think once the new year starts, I'll do a clear out and maybe reach out to everybody one more time, see if they're ready to claim their prize, and if not, we'll do a big extravaganza of unclaimed prizes and re-present them for winning. So that'll be something to look forward to. I'm also hoping in the new year to use my newsletter a bit more as a general communication, which means a bit more often, not only when there are new releases. And so if you want to be sure you're getting all that information, go ahead and wander over to the website. Make sure you're subscribed, because I send that information out to all the website subscribers, which is better when I can write it than when I can't speak it. So there you go. Announcements. Nothing much to report at the moment. We're still in the living room. The dining room, because my desk is having itself a lovely tour of wherever it is. I spoke to them yesterday, and they hope that it will arrive within a couple of weeks. So fingers crossed, maybe by the end of the year, I'll be able to get into the new office. I'm using parts of it already, and some things are moved in there, but a lot of it's on hold until I can move in the computer and printer and see you know, where everything is actually going to be. So I'll keep you posted. And once it's all here, we'll do a proper tour so you can see where I'm going to be working. Let's see, anything else? There's a good puppy video coming. We haven't had any proper snow for Mosi, although we're hoping for some tomorrow. She's encountered a little bit of, you know, snowy grass, but nothing to really play in. So it'll be her first time. She was a Florida dog. Her first time encountering the white stuff. I'm kind of curious to see how she does. I am very casual this weekend, obviously. I'm hoping to finish up a design for market after this video, actually answer comments as they come in, and then maybe do some personal stitching. So I hope you're having a lovely weekend. I hope you're getting some good relaxing and whatever else you need for your mental health. And I look forward to seeing you maybe in 2 weeks. That's Christmas Eve, so we'll see if I feel like doing a Christmas Eve video or if I push it off or potentially pull it ahead a couple days. So regardless, I will talk to you soon. Thank you again for joining me and have a great weekend. Bye.